Hey there gamers, I'm Probably Senpai and welcome to another weekly Dreamlight Valley breakdown. As usual, we have a lot to discuss. Of course, the big topic this week is going to be Dreamlight Valley's most recent patch, and while some things have been fixed, the patch seems to have done more harm than good. In addition to these recent issues, we'll also be taking a look at my Dreamsnap results, and I'll reveal my submission to YouTube for the first time. We'll then discuss the newest Dreamsnap challenge, and finally, we'll provide a full breakdown and review of this week's premium lineup, which may hold one of the best premium items of all time. Before we get started, I'd like to mention that I'm a small full-time content creator, so pressing that like button on these videos can make a big difference for me. Consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. If you're interested in watching my content live while making a few friends, consider joining our Twitch community. You'll find links to my Discord server and Twitch channel in the video description down below. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So as mentioned in the introduction, one of the first things I want to touch on today is the current state and overall stability of the game. Now I know I'm a little late on this topic, but I was out of town last weekend and my primary YouTube goal for last week was to get you guys a tutorial for the Dreamlight Parks Fest. So let's talk about the May 13th hotfix patch. Now things were already pretty rocky with this update so far before the patch even rolled out. Not only were players facing a variety of bugs, but the overall sentiment behind the premium shop versus the star path was somewhat negative. So needless to say, players were looking forward to this hotfix as they expected it would bring some relief from some of the disappointments they faced following the Thrills and Frills update. And while the hotfix did bring some positive changes, like changing the crafting of the Main Street path to 4 instead of 1, and fixing the dreaded 3D glasses hang-up, it seems the hotfix actually ended up doing more harm than good. One of the top items of the hotfix list was optimizations to reduce crashing, stating that further improvements are in progress for Update 11. Unfortunately, since the hotfix rolled out, that doesn't seem to be the case for some platforms. Now, fortunately, I haven't dealt with any crashes on PC, but a lot of friends I talk to on other platforms have gone as far as to say the game has become unplayable for them, stating that it crashes nearly every 20 minutes since the hotfix. And I may not be dealing with crashes, but I'm still faced with some very frustrating bugs myself. One extremely frustrating bug that seems to be impacting all players is the disappearing furniture bug. Now, of course, when furniture does disappear, it's not gone for good, and you can make it reappear simply by selecting it in furniture mode. With that said, it's still an incredibly frustrating process, especially when it comes to Dreamsnaps. One thing I've noticed is even when I select a furniture item and make it reappear, when I open my camera, it just vanishes again. And not everybody has hours and hours of time to pour into their Dreamsnaps. So when players are pressed for time and they can't capture the Dreamsnap they've built, this is a very frustrating dilemma. There have also been bugs and issues with the new Dreamlight Parks Fest events, as it's very common when you speak to any of the 5 villagers for their daily quests, they simply give you the quest dialogue over and over but don't initiate the quest. Of course, you can work around this by simply restarting your game, but again, the problem is that's just inconvenient and frustrating. Unfortunately, I'm seeing more and more people stating that they're going to be taking a break from Dreamlight Valley until these issues are resolved. Needless to say, this is not good for the state of the game or the game's longevity. When it comes to live service games like Dreamlight Valley, player retention is everything. And there are tens of thousands of other amazing games out there, and sometimes when people take a break from a game and walk away, they don't come back. Piling on all of these bugs and having the negative sentiment around the star path being a bit underwhelming while most of the rides went to the premium shop seems to just be piling frustration onto the player base, which has been not only disappointing some players but pushing them away entirely. properly. The big question is, where do we go from here? Well, I'll say this. I have no doubt that the Dreamlight Valley team is aware of this player's sentiment and most likely scrambling to turn things around. And this does make me hopeful for Update 11, as whatever happens next will have a huge impact on the future of Disney Dreamlight Valley. I honestly wouldn't even be bothered if they push back Mulan a few more weeks to make sure the game is functioning properly. And I also hope that the dev team plans on making up all of these issues by being more mindful about what's in the Star Path, what's in the premium shop, and what moonstones they attach to these items. Now, not everybody will agree with me on this, but I think advertising a huge feature of our newest update, which was the ability to ride rides using the camera tool and putting most of the new rides in the premium shop while simultaneously adding old rides to the premium shop and charging 2,500 moonstones a piece, which is as much as the Star Path itself, felt a little disingenuous. It almost felt like to me that the ability to ride rides wasn't added to make us happy, it was added to make as much money as possible. If you want to make players happy, you should be more focused on making the game work like it should. Now, with all that said, I love Dreamlight Valley, and I give constant praise to this game and the dev team. But I also think it's very important to discuss and call out things that I see and motives I disagree with. I'm not saying all of this because I dislike Dreamlight Valley. I'm saying all of this because I love Dreamlight Valley. I want the game to succeed in the long term. I want players to be able to maintain the joy and delight that they had when they first started this adventure. And with the way things are going, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's worried that some of that magic is slowly slipping away. Overall, I'm still remaining optimistic. In the past, the devs have done a great job listening to the community, and I would like to believe that they're listening right now. Now, we've got a lot of other things to cover in today's video concerning Dreamsnaps and the premium shop. And like I mentioned in the intro, one of the best premium items of all time, which honestly I feel like was very reasonably priced. So with that, let's take a peek at my mailbox and see how we did on the Topps Dreamsnap Challenge. All right, and okay, nice. So we're back in the top 500 here. We scored a 74.63 and ranked 424. Now, I'll admit, I was kind of nervous about this one. I felt like a lot of people were going to go with top hats or pirate hats, kind of like we saw in the demo, and maybe a few headbands, but I went in a very light, whimsical direction with mine. And I also had like a very big like hair styling, and it kind of covered my headband a bit, so I was concerned that people wouldn't approve of that. I just didn't really know what to expect here, but I did love the submission that I put together for this challenge, so of course it makes me happy to see it perform well. Now, I actually didn't upload my Dreamsnap results from last week because I was so busy making that Dreamlight Parks Fest tutorial, but I did record checking my mail, and I also saved the Dreamsnap to share with you guys. I'm gonna rewind time real quick, and I'm gonna show you the footage of me checking the mail from my last Dreamsnap challenge, and then we'll take a look at both submissions. Alright, and we have our results. Looks like our score is 90.51, our rank is 1,847, and we were indeed able to claim our 4,000 moonstones. Now that you saw that footage, let's claim our rewards and take a look at these submissions. And here it is. This is my submission for the Top It All Off Dreamsnap Challenge. And now I'm sure you can see what I was saying when I went in a very light and whimsical direction. I actually chose to do this indoors for a pretty funny reason. Thanks to furniture items disappearing and light casting being a little janky lately, I was able to get this really cool pink lighting effect on the back wall. Not only that, but my lights actually disappeared, so you can't see them hanging down at all. You just see these big, bright pink orbs on the window. I thought that was so cool, and when I saw that, I just started building the entire scene around it, and that's how I got this Dreamsnap. I also wanted to give some love to Daisy, because she's a new character and she's been fun. So of course this was an outfit challenge, so let's talk about the outfit real quick. Knowing that I wanted to play with this pink pink background, I figured candy and hearts were probably my best bet. And like I mentioned, my hairdo does cover the headband a good bit, but at least the big red bow still really stands out. The outfit is mostly comprised of white and pink, with some hints of red and purple. And this is a minor detail that most probably couldn't even see in the submission, but I did give myself those really cute heart eyes. And of course, since I was playing up the hearts and the candy, I had to throw in the pink lovebird. I took so many different shots, but I like this one the most. The avatar just looks really happy. The way the lovebird is flying up to her looks really fun, and I'm glad voters liked the look I put together. Like I said, I wasn't 100% sure if people were gonna vibe with it or not. As far as the setting goes, I haven't done an indoor dream snap in like forever, so I really felt like doing one inside for once. Being a gamer myself, I was eager to put in the little gaming desk and chair, and also it matched the color theme. The little tulip lights were great, the daisy picture frames, the daisy vanity, and of course, anytime you're going with this pink and white aesthetic, those cherry blossom trees are always gonna hit. And for our foreground, we have that little daisy counter and a little bed to our right. Now you can't see it on the left-hand side of the screen, but the sauna chair is actually what's behind that counter there. And I thought putting a hairdryer and like a little camera for selfies was just a fun little touch. If you came across this dream snap and you liked it enough to vote for it, thank you so much. Now let's take a look at last week's dream snap. All right, and here is my Royal Celebration submission. Now I truly had so much fun with this one. My main goal with this submission was to create this huge palace in the background, and I was able to do so with a bit of forced perspective and a variety of NPC houses and player houses. I used 2 of the dream castles by making one my primary home and one a placed home. The far left-hand tower of the castle is actually Merlin's house, and the right-hand side of the castle is composed of Rapunzel's house and Beast's castle. I really love the royal and elegant themes. I always have a whole lot of fun with them. I actually had a few better shots than this. I had one with the moon that looked absolutely stunning, but the reason I kept this one and I just couldn't let it go was honestly because of Oswald. The fact that he came in and sat down on the partner statue and he's got that big smile on, I could not bring myself to replace this picture. So of course, with this being a decor challenge, I wanted to create this big, extravagant courtyard, and we've done that with the cherry blossom trees, the partner statues, the pumpkin carriage, the lion statues, the water fountains, the elegant clock towers, marble columns, and more. I definitely played around with the pathing a bit too before deciding on this new gold scale road mixed with the gem and opal road and this long row of red carpet. I don't know, the red carpet just feels really royal leading to the front door. I feel like all I'm missing here is like a band with trumpets, but yeah, I just really love the way this one looked. I had so much fun with it, and I was so excited to share it with you guys. I hope you loved it as much as I did. And with that, let's take our first look at the newest Dreamsnap challenge. Okay, this one is called Your Luxe Look, and I'm very excited about this. I really enjoy elegant dream snaps. They're just very fun to put together. They can be very magical. So this is going to be an outfit challenge, and it states, think glamour, think gold, think riches. Dress up in a style so luxurious that Scrooge McDuck himself would be impressed. Now, this sounds really fun. I love the demo photos they put together for this, especially the fact that they utilize Scrooge in that one there on the left. Scrooge is just such a fun character, and I don't know if we've ever had a dream snap that he's really been highlighted in, and we might see a lot of Scrooge in these submissions. Now for the tags. This week's mandatory tags are going to be 3 elegant and 3 strong. This week's bonus tags are going to be bracelets and wondrous. Now, I will say it's very interesting that one of the bonus tags is bracelets, considering the outfit they put together there on the right-hand side can't even equip a bracelet, as bracelets can't be used with long sleeves. Overall, I'm pleased with this week's challenge. I feel like this is going to be a lot of fun, especially with some of the new items we are getting in the premium shop, which we will take a look at right now. So, of course, after we review this week's premium lineup, I will showcase the items for you. But first, let's talk about what we see. This week, we have yet another 3,750 Moonstone Premium House. And this price is usually reserved for things with the highest amount of detail. I will say, I feel like Flo's V8 Cafe here will be a very nice pickup if you have the Moonstones. Anything with bright neon lights like that is going to stand out so well. And we already have Flo's V8 gas station, so pairing these two things together I think is just going to be a really fun and amazing touch, and could even come in incredibly handy in certain Dreamsnap challenges. We'll get a better look at the value of this item when we get into the showcase. Next up, we have Pete's Electric Dragon Wings. Coming in at $17.50, they're pretty cool, and they also offer some pretty handy tags, including common Dreamsnap tags like elegant, lavish, playful, wondrous, and strong. Now, with that, they're not as big or as detailed as many of the best wings that you can equip in the game, but they do have a subtle animation, and the lights would pair very nicely with the tool set that we received last week. Next up is the King Kristoff suit, and I have to say, that looks so good. But honestly, I would have rather had this as a dream style for Kristoff rather than a suit I could wear myself. We already got Anna's really cool adventurer dream style, and this King Kristoff suit would have looked so good paired with her in that dream style. But at the end of the day, it's still a really nice suit. And finally, our last brand new item is what I consider to be the best premium shop item of all time. And that's saying a lot. We've had some really good things come into the premium shop. And you may be wondering, Senpai, okay, why is one little dinky firework display the best thing ever? Well, I mean, if you saw the video intro, you know, you can buy a whole bunch of these and just line them all up and let them go, and it looks freaking good. I mean, imagine that in a Disney Parks Dreamsnap. Imagine what you can do with these things. I mean, they look so cool. This is one of the coolest looking things they've ever put into the game. Sure, it might not make up for all of the bugs and the pricey rides we've seen this season, but hey, who doesn't like fireworks? Our returning Star Path items this week are going to be Ranger Donald and the Park Day Outfit Bundle. This bundle comes with an adorable little waffle bag, and I will say, a fun thing about that waffle bag is it is the only back item in the game that has the Disney tag. You also get the magical varsity jersey, the Mickey Mouse bob, and this Mickey balloon face paint. Now, I already own these from the Star Path, so I'm not sure of the price. If I had to guess, I would say that the Ranger Donald's, what, 2,000 Moonstones? That's usually what they charge for all Dream styles. And the Park Day outfit, you guys can let me know in the comments what they're charging for that. It doesn't include pants, so I'm gonna guess like 1,200, 1,500 Moonstones, maybe 1,500. And here at the end of the shop, we have our returning items, which are going to be the Monsters Incorporated restaurant set and the Mushroom Manor. Now, we've discussed both of these items in great detail in previous videos, but the Monsters Inc. restaurant set, in my opinion, is one of the coolest things in the game. The Sushi Chef octopus has a really fun animation, and that octopus alone is worth the Moonstone cost in my opinion, but you also get these 3 other items on top of that. Then again, that's also going to depend on how many Moonstones you have. And with the premium review out of the way, let's get to the moment you've all been waiting for, the Premium Shop Showcase. Diving into this week's showcase, the first thing we're going to talk about is going to be the new outfit items, because we're going to be wearing them throughout the showcase, and we can just get this out of the way first. So I'm going to be starting this showcase at daytime so you can really see the King Kristoff suit, and then we'll switch to night, and everything else is just going to pop very well at nighttime. Now, the first thing I noticed when I put on this suit is this thing is clean. You can see this beautiful crease going up both legs here. You have some folds and ruffles down at the bottom by the shoes. And as far as the kicks go, you know, they got the 1-2 buckle my shoe, as the kids say. The belt, the buttons, the embroidery, everything about this screams royalty. Of course, I do still wish that we had received this as a Kristoff Dream style, but with that said, it is one of the best looking suits in the game. Now let's talk about the new wings. Now, I didn't notice this when I was reviewing them, but they have these red sparkles that sort of drift off of them as they slowly open and close. Also, in the premium shop, the lights on them looked a bit more yellow to me for some reason. Maybe my eyes were playing tricks on me, but yeah, they're very clearly red here. I'm gonna be honest, they look a lot better than I thought they would. I mean, they look really fun. Another thing I was very happy about concerning the wings is that even when you put your pickaxe over your shoulder, it doesn't clip into the wings. I don't like it when two items like just, go through each other like they're not there. So one of the first things I did when I put on the wings was throw the pickaxe over my shoulder, because these new electric tools are going to look very good paired with these wings. And the one question I had is, are they going to clip? And no, it actually fits perfectly. Even with the wings opening and closing, they don't phase into the pickaxe at all. Oh, never mind. It kind of did when I weaved, but it's barely noticeable. Yeah, right there. That's when it does. It's when my avatar leans a little bit, but it's still not that bad. Of course, nighttime is where these really shine. You can see those red sparkles coming off the wings much better. The lights pop more, and seeing these wings has me hoping for more fun items like this. Like, we have the tools, we have these wings. I would love to get like an overcoat with lights or a bracelet. I just want to be decked out like a Christmas tree. I don't know why. It's just fun. And now let's talk about Flo's Cafe. If you're wondering what they offer here, it's very clearly lug nuts, gas, oil. Well, that happened. Yeah, there's something invisible here. We're done talking about bugs, so let's just keep moving. Coolant and grease. And of course, like I stated in the Premium Shop review, and like I mentioned in the Premium Shop review, Flo's V8 Cafe looks amazing with the gas station. And as it should, these were very clearly made to be paired together. I feel like one of the things that makes this premium home so fun and exciting is how well it stands out at a distance. The gas station and the cafe, I think, would make an amazing addition to a Dreamsnap background, like far away in the distance, as it would be a good way to fill negative space that doesn't intrude in the area surrounding your avatar. Now, of course, most of the detail with this home is just in the lighting. You have all of these beautiful neon lights, and I love the bright yellow we have here that kind of fades into a darker yellow. Like, we have this big bright yellow light that surrounds this whole disc here. The roof also has a pretty fun design. It looks somewhat metallic. And another pro of this house is you can see how much space it takes up. Like, it requires a lot of space, but you can actually decorate within that space. You can get right on top of it. And not only that, but it does work with pathing. Now, it's kind of sad that I even have to check that. I feel like all premium homes should work with pathing under them, but sadly, that's not the case. There are some premium homes and NPC homes that just repel pathing completely, and I've never understood that. Just let the players decorate the way they want. Overall, I would say that this premium house is a win. It's very nice. The one negative thing here is that I do wish there would have been maybe another week or two before we saw another 3,750 moonstone cost item. I mean, just last week, we had 2 items in the premium shop that cost 3,750 moonstones. At this rate, even if you're constantly purchasing moonstones or winning 4,000 moonstones or more every week, it's very likely that your moonstone reserves are quickly dwindling. I know mine are. I think I started this update with close to 50,000 moonstones, and I've received 4,000 moonstones for every Dreamsnap challenge we've had throughout this update. And I already own the premium shop items. Yet I am somehow down to just right above 20,000 moonstones. Though with that said, I do want to add there's nothing wrong with buying moonstones. If you really enjoy the game and you want to support it, I think that's wonderful. I just hope Dreamlight Valley reins it in a little bit so less fortunate players or those that are tighter on funds don't constantly feel like they're missing out. And wouldn't you know it, of course it has to start raining right when I'm about to review my favorite item. Gameloft, I don't care how much it rains, I'm not buying an umbrella. Now, many of you have probably already seen footage from this thing, or maybe not. Maybe this will be your first time seeing it, but yeah, let me show you. You walk up, you interact with it, and boom, it just starts going. And look at that. I mean, some of these fireworks go really high. If you back up a good bit, you'll see them. Wait, why are they behind the cloud animation? What? That's so far away. How are they behind the black and white cloud? I'm so confused. Okay, well, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to do it here instead. So yeah, as you can see, this thing is awesome. The fireworks go so high up, or at least many of them do. Some of them burst low, so you get this really good coverage. Now, there aren't a lot of colors. It's mostly just like yellow and red, but I still love it. And maybe this means we'll get alternate colors with alternate variants in the future. Now, as you just saw, it does operate on a time system, so eventually it will stop shooting the fireworks. This can be a bit of a headache if you're making a dream snap and you set up 10 of these and you gotta run, turn them all on, run back, snap your photo, and then you don't get the photo you want, so you have to keep on repeating that process over and over. And you may be sitting there wondering, well, why does it turn off in the first place? I think it should stay on indefinitely until I say stop. Well, you know, pump the brakes there for a second. I want you to consider our previous conversation about how unstable the game has been, especially on certain platforms. If I had the ability to place 200 of these and activate every single one of them and just let them go to town, I have no doubt that that would cause some serious issues. So yeah, if you're wondering about the timer, that's the most likely case for its existence. And just in case you were wondering, I did actually time it to see how long it fires off. And this bad boy right here will proceed to launch fireworks into the air for about 38 to 40 seconds. And you might have just seen that little fireworks display we did and you're like, okay, big deal, senpai, that wasn't that impressive. And to that I say, what was that? I can't hear you over the sound of how impressive this is. Now, of course, this item really shines when you have multiples of it placed. And I've already bought 20, but I'll probably buy more. You can find these at Scrooge's shop for 3,200 star coins. And there you have it, my friends. Another week, another Dreamlight Valley breakdown. If you found today's video helpful, informative, or simply entertaining, please do me a very big favor and press that like button. It really does help. Consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. And I'm sure after watching all of my exciting videos, you are just dying to come hang out with me in real time. Well, you're in luck. You can find a link to my Twitch channel and Discord server in the video description down below. Lastly, feel free to share your thoughts and comments on any of the topics we discussed today. The state of the game, current bugs you've been dealing with, Moonstone prices, Dreamsnaps, the premium shop. But if you do add something negative, consider throwing one tiny positive into the comment as well, because I think the community could really use that right now. Of course, your comment is your comment. I can't tell you what to say. And as long as you're commenting on the video, it'll mean a lot to me. Even if your comment is, senpai, you're a hack, nobody loves you, and your dream snaps look like they were taken on a BlackBerry that was run over by an 18-wheeler filled with broken dreams. As always, my friends, thank you so much for your time today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.